What's up? What's up? What's happening in this series? Truly, Javon Freeman back with another one. I want to start this off by saying I have the Instagram page at the.o.m.experience. Email me any videos or clips that you may want me to react to. The email is in the bio on the Instagram page. Definitely give me a like, comment, share, subscribe, even hit the dislike to let me know what you may not be feeling. They are completely anonymous. And hit the notification bell. Yeah, just so you know when I'm dropping, things of that nature. Let's get into this. Shout out PBD and shout out the PBD team. Um, Doing a great job with all this information. Like I'm gonna say again, like I always say, do some more research, double check, triple check for yourself. I will be going over this information again for myself as well. Um, but let's get into it.
We've had with Medicaid and Medicare in the past. Let me give it to you. $1.3 billion healthcare fraud scheme in 2016. Philip S. Forms, owner of more than 20 assisted living facilities, was involved in a scheme that resulted in $1.3 billion in fraudulent claims in Medicare and Medicaid. He was convicted in 2019 for paying and receiving kickbacks and bribes, making him one of the largest healthcare frauds in U.S. history. Another $900 million chemotherapy fraud in 2013. Another $450 million kickback and price fixing settlement in 2024. Another $68 million Medicaid home care fraud in 2024. This was a two Brooklyn-based adult daycare business defrauded New Yorkers. Medicaid home care program of $68 million.
I mean, I don't condone cold-blooded killing, for no reason. But I mean, shoot. But what, player number two, man. His reasoning starting to look a lot more sound when you put this information together. And I'm still not sitting here saying, hey, yeah, I agree with it. What I'm saying is, you know, looking at it from multiple angles, I could see where he's coming from.
Another $13 million pharmacy fraud scam, another $20 million genetic, another $45 million. You know why? Because it's easy to do so. But where's the accountability? Because if you make it easy, like, hey, we're going to give PPP, we're going to give these loans, and every noble person is going to take it. No one's going to cheat the government and take money that they don't deserve. A lot of people did. Why? Because they made it easy for people to come out and say, I'm going to take that money, and that's what they did. So now, Social Security, 21%. When you think about 21% that goes to Social Security, what do you think about? You think about, well, Social Security, this is for the money that's paid for folks that are maybe boomers, retired. That's who we're talking about, right? Not necessarily. If you think about Social Security spending, look where it's at from 40 till today. A story came out, 85% of people don't want to touch Social Security and do anything to it. They're frightened of it. You know why? Because we've been relying on this. And if you look at the bottom chart, you'll notice one thing here. Of the expenditure that we have, the spending, the blue is what actually goes to the old folks that are.
Bro, that's like 7% tops. That's crazy.
Retiring. And what I'm about to tell you right now, folks, you've read this when you get your Social Security letter that comes out every year. This thing's going to run out here very soon. Well, guess what? We're only a few years away. Social Security Board of Trustees projects that the OASI Trust Fund will become insolvent in 2033, only 8 years away. Upon insolvency, the program would only be able to pay approximately 77% of scheduled benefits, leading to a potential 23% in reduction benefits for recipients. This is going to be one of the biggest topics of discussion in 2032 election. You're going to have one side that's going to say, this is why we got to raise taxes to take care of, so you got to break the back of all the younger.
Yeah, the Democratic plantation, man, or the Democratic Party, trying to get people on these taxes. Nah, see, if you actually knew how to run businesses right and you had the economy flowing, oh my gosh, mentally I'm a little bit tired because I already reacted to this, but trying to get you the information. If you actually ran the economy properly, we would always have low taxes. Now, I would love the idea of no taxes, but that would be very hard. A very low flat rate tax, I don't. I hear Anton Daniels say 9 or 10%. Me personally, I would say 8, but that would be dependent upon the inflation rate from when the IRS was first created after World War II. And then also comparable to prior to the American Revolution. or up to the American Revolution, whatever that tax was in comparison to the Civil War and then what we have today. I think that would be a decent flat rate tax. I would say as low as 8%. I'd be cool with a solid 8%. Um, but if inflation has it that what that tax was then in the modern day, what that would be if it ends up being 10%, I'd be cool with that too. Uh, yeah, man. When you don't know how to actually handle money properly, and I'm not sitting here saying that these politicians or politricksters don't know how to handle money. What I am saying is it's not being handled honorably. So it can't. It's one of the two. Either you don't know or you do know, and you're mismanaging it on purpose. It's one of the two. And if you don't know, then that's even more of a reason why you shouldn't be handling the money. And if you do know, that's even more of a reason why you shouldn't be handling the money. And that's why there should also be term limits for these people in Congress. I get it. It was cool back in the day because you were trying to maintain the status quo, but because of there's so much integration um, amongst cultures and people now, you can actually find bloodlines that aren't going anywhere no time soon. Man, a lot has got to change, man. A lot has got to change.
Generation, whatever we got to do, it's kind of where we're going. It's coming. Stay tuned. You'll hear somebody talk like that. And you're going to say, what the hell is this candidate talking about? Coming to an election near you. So that's Social Security. The Medicare Board of Trustees estimates that the health insurance trust fund will be depleted by 2036. At that point, Medicare would only be able to cover 89% of its costs. You know how many different things I can read here? I have stacks. I'm not going to go through all of them. Let me just read one of them here. The GAO estimates that about 1,500 of those individuals, up to 7,000 federal employees that have disability, may have improperly received benefits since their wages went beyond maximum income threshold. And when they did the investigation, they also found over 71,000 stimulus checks were sent by the Obama administration to people who were dead, including 63,481 people whose deaths have been previously reported to the agency. They knew they're dead.
Man, either so hold on. They knew they were dead, like you was just about to say, right? Where did the money go? So you kept the money. A dead man can't collect. So who collected it? That's what I want to know. So either you never sent it, you kept it, and you just put it in a dead person's name, or you sent it to somebody else and somebody else collected it on the behalf of a dead man or woman. But it's dead man. The phrase is dead man.
Dead, but we're still sending them payments. Very organized system. I visualize they're sitting in the office, and this is how they're measuring it. Hey, is Mary Jackson alive? Honestly, I don't know. I've got a stack of papers over here. I think she's alive. Okay, cool. Send the check, Johnny. Send him the check. Okay, cool. I visualize it being like that instead of system feeding all that stuff. How do you handle all of this in the way that they do? But by the way, continues with all the fraud, the Eric C. Khan scandal, $550 million in improper payments. This guy's going to jail for 27 years. Another one here, $550 million in federal disability payments. Another one with 106 individuals, including former police officers and firefighters in 2014.
You know what's interesting? I was watching the movie 21 Bridges with Chadwick Boseman, and a very, very powerful monologue at the end of it, between him and I believe it was the police chief. And the chief was coming clean uh, about why he was skimming money off the top and giving it to other officers on the payroll. Uh, and basically the monologue, in not in exact words, I'm paraphrasing, but what it spoke to was how we have a culture where, no disrespect to LeBron, but hey, he's a prominent figure of today's time, so he gets highlighted. We live in a time, in a culture where we'll spend more on entertainment than we do on those that are saving the world, right? We buy these tickets, season passes, food, memorabilia, shoes, advertisements, and podcasts, and all these photo sessions and all that other stuff. I mean, $1,000 to take photos with Chris Brown, but yet Our police officers, our nurses, our sanitation engineers, our plumbers, our sewage workers are getting paid how much? Most people aren't making over 100,000, 110,000 post taxes. So I get, I get the plight. But that's the world we're in. It says a lot more about the people at that point. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Part 4 is on the way. Last part. Um, this is, again, even for a second time listen, this is very, very impactful if you ask me. Uh, I, 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 I hear a lot of this stuff I just took in the first time and reacted, but actually hearing it for a second time and actually diving in deep, man, this is like. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Ciao.